Legacy. Thank you for taking your time to watching this video. I might not be some motivational speaker or some big budget motivational video, or you can just call me as a random ranter. But I hope you leave this video with a strong and long lasting impression. Legacy. It's the most important thing in your life. Specific, Specifically, legacy is something that what will you leave, that what you will leave. Will you leave something good or something bad? Will you leave this world as a good man who did good things, or are a bad man with a reputation? Sure, you might leave this world as a bad man, as a good man, but deep inside you're doing bad. But soon, they will figure it out. Your legacy might last 50 years to even 100 years. So, what you leave behind is crucial. So, what will you leave behind? What do you want to leave behind? For the depressed and suicidal people, what do you want to leave behind? Do you want to say to your grandchildren that this is how you escape life? Or would you want to encourage them to do better things, starting with you? Your legacy might be small, like being kind to people. But what if those people are actually going to be millionaires in the future, or their kids, and they'll be like, when when they're a millionaire, they'll be like, hey, there was this one man who was kind to my father, and now I'm a millionaire because of him. His My father was bad before he met him or you, but then his life changed. He became a good person. His son became a millionaire. So you see, your legacy is one of the most important things you're gonna leave in life. The important things you'll have in your life is your legacy. How will you impact people? How will you do things? How will you impact the world? Will your legacy become infamous or famous? Will it become something secret or truthful? Will it become an honest and humble legacy, or a legacy with bad things like crimes? Choose your own legacy. Well, for example, Alexander Hamilton. What is he? He can just be a random, normal treasurer of state. He could just be that, or he could just be a random soldier in George Washington's army who fought in the Revolution. What do you think? Do you remember any other soldiers or any other treasurer of state aside from Alexander Hamilton that you learned in school? No. But you specifically remember Alexander Hamilton. Why? It's because of the legacy he left. What did he leave? He left a legacy, a good legacy, a long lasting legacy that lasted even 216 years and even counting. So, what legacy will you leave? Will you leave a legacy like him? Sure, Alexander Hamilton might have some scandals, the first political scandal, but look what happened to him, the first American political scandal. But look what happened to him. After all those scandals, would he, be remembered as a scandalous person, or as a truthful person to the American nation? Obviously, he was remembered as a truthful person. We might portray him as like that, but yeah, that's what the world remembers him as. So you, what will the world portray you when you leave the earth? What will the world portray you as when you suicide? Your mind might not be caring after you suicide, but the world will be. Imagine that. One man can impact a whole world. You can start with you. Share with your family or even preach about things you should do and good things. Once And imagine that your great 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 grandchildren will become the first one to cure cancer or even to make flying cars. Why? It was all because of you, of all the good traits you passed down. So what would you do? Leave a good legacy, leave a good lasting impression, and a long lasting impression. well, let's say you're suicidal or depressed. Would you like your grandchildren to remember you as a suicidal and depressed uncle? Or as an uncle who does good works and will always be remembered in our mind and hearts? And if you're single, what if, you know, you never met someone, still, someone's for you? What? Just wait. Because what if the girl, the wife, or your wife, or the someone who went for you, if you died, where will she go? Maybe to an abusive family, maybe to have an abusive husband because you weren't there. So what I'm saying is live and leave. Live, leave, and legacy. Remember the three L's, the most important parts of life. Live, leave, a legacy. And so, what will you do? You become good. You preach to other people. You do the good things. You do good works, good things. Remember, it's not too late to start now. Some, like some criminals, you know, some famous people were actually criminals before, but what did they become? A famous person, a good person. So even if you're in jail, even if you've done bad things, remember it's not too late to change because it's the legacy that's important. What you leave behind is more important than than anything else. Like, would an actor want to be remembered as a drug user, even a broke person, or a truthful and faithful actor, faithful to his wife, faithful to his children, faithful to his children? What would he want to be remembered as? Now, what I'm saying is, it's not too late to change, because change is inevitable, but change is also good. You have to change to the better, accept who you'll be, and leave a good legacy as your new self. Remember, make a change, leave an impression, leave a legacy.